Kaminakawa, Japan. After an agonizing trickle of details and teasers, Nissan has finally pulled the wraps off the next generation of the world's best-selling EV nameplate, the Leaf. But a lot has changed since the original launched in 2010. With the impressive range figures of the Tesla Model 3 and Chevy Bolt, the 2018 Nissan Leaf has got to be good. As we drove it at Nissan's Tochigi proving grounds, zipping quietly through corners while nestled in the attractive, tech-laden interior, we realized we were piloting a successful evolution, and a milestone defining the second generation of the modern electric car. The look. The new Leaf is far better looking than the car it replaces. It's sleeker, with a more planted stance, futuristic but more mainstream. Its floating roof projects lightness, and its swept-back shape gives a sense of motion. The new Leaf is about 0.4 inch lower in overall height, 0.8 inch wider and 1.2 inches longer, but it appears even lower, wider and longer than that. Ground clearance is unchanged. Nissan's designers told us they would have liked to have lowered the car and put bigger wheels on it, but they made all the spatial changes they could without making it too heavy or costly. Essentially, the new Nissan Leaf looks more like a car we'd aspire to get our hands on, electric powertrain or not. We found the interior to be quite comfortable and more premium than we expected. The cars we sampled had high-quality materials such as perforated leather seats with microfiber inserts and blue accent stitching. The sense of width played nicely in the cabin, and the front seats felt spacious for such a small vehicle. Even the rear seats were comfortable, with a good amount of legroom for a 6-foot-tall passenger behind a similarly sized driver. The floor felt high, though, in the back seat, and the ceiling was slung low overhead. Still, we wouldn't feel guilty putting 2 adults or 3 children back there for a couple of hours. Walking around the car, we saw that the charging port was still located in the nose of the vehicle. It would have cost too much to move it to the side, designers told us, but they did what they could to make it more user-friendly. The port was under a flap on the hood, allowing one to plug in from above, rather than crouching to plug into the front of the grille, a small ergonomic improvement owners will appreciate, especially if they're moving up from an old Leaf. Those designers were coy about any other Leaf variants, but suggested that a potential Nismo version may or may not have bigger wheels. There were hints that other things are coming as well, whatever that means. Speculate away. The guts. To start, the new Leaf will be available with a 40 kWh battery offering 150 miles of range on the US cycle. Later, a second variant with a 60 kWh battery pack, called E+, will offer an expected 225 miles of range. The new Leaf uses the same electric motor as before, but Nissan improved the electric powertrain to make more power available. Thanks to an upgraded inverter, the motor is capable of 110 kilowatts of output, or 147 horsepower for those who prefer to measure output in animals. Yeah, having more power will use more energy, but the boost in battery capacity more than makes up for that in range. If a driver is concerned about it, they can use the Leaf's Eco mode, which decreases the car's acceleration and top speed, making it more efficient to drive. EVs are naturally quieter than their internal combustion counterparts. That doesn't mean customers won't find some noise to complain about in their electric car. For Leaf drivers, when there's no rumble of the engine to mask it, wind noise has been the thing they've noticed. In general, mirrors are especially noisy, as the airflow is getting disturbed right in front of the driver's head. Nissan added more sound deadening to the 2018 model to make it even quieter, including an acoustic glass windshield. The company also tuned the aerodynamic design in the wind tunnel. We were able to visit the wind tunnel and watch how the front of the Leaf diverts as much air as it can away from the mirrors to